Hello guys, in this video we are going to talk about HTML head element. Okay, so the head element that you can see on the screen here. What we can say by definition is that the head element is a container for the title, the style, the link. For example, if you want to add a link to your external CSS file, you have to do it in the head. If you want to add some meta information, you can also do that in the head. So that's going to be what we will talk about in this video. So as I said, the head element, this particular element head here, okay, is a container for metadata, and it is placed between the HTML element here and the body tag down here. So the HTML metadata is actually the data about the HTML document, simply put. And what you also need to know is that the metadata is not displayed on the web page. So all that you will put here will not be displayed on the web page here. So the metadata will typically define the document title. For example, here we have a title, maybe the character set, the description of the HTML document. If you want to link your CSS file, external file, you can also use that to link your JavaScript external file and other meta information. All right, so that's going to be the object of our video. So let's start with the first element that you can add in the head element. Here we have the title. Okay, so the title element, if you want to add a title to your document, you have to use the title element. And as I said, this title element is going to define the title of your HTML document. And the title must be text only, and it is going to be shown in the browser's title bar or in the pages tab. So here, as you can see, this is the title of our page, and you can see that particular title here. Okay, so the title element is required in HTML documents. So the content of a page title is very important for search engine optimization, okay, in your search engine. So the page title is very crucial, very important. And it's going to be used by search engine algorithms to decide the order when listing pages in search result. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind. And some things we can also note about the title element is that it defines the title in the browser toolbar, as you can see here. It is also used to provide a title for the page when it is added to favorites. You see, when you want to add a particular web page to favorites, okay, the browser will automatically give it a title. So that's the title that you define here that will be given to that particular to that page when you add it to favorites. And another thing is that the title element here displays a title for the page in the search engine results. For example, on Google, if you are doing some search, so the title or the pages that you see in your Google search engine result is actually defined here. Yeah, so that's basically that. Okay, so that's why it's really important to make your title as accurate and meaningful as possible. So here in our example, so this is just an example. We have given a title of HTML tutorial. So as for you, you can do you can give a full description, an accurate title, and a meaningful title to your web page. And also, it's recommended that your title would have up to 65 to 70 characters, you know, that can make up your title. Another element that we can add in the head is the style element. So the style element here is used to define some styling information about your HTML page. Okay, in the style here, you can define CSS properties. Yeah, so inside here you can say background like this. If you say blue, if we say body, sorry, in the body, we want the background color to be blue. Yeah, so now you can see background color blue. So the style element here is used to allow you to write your CSS properties that will be applied to this HTML page only. Okay, so it is not going to be applied on other HTML pages that you can have in your web project because this is an internal CSS. So it is only going to be applied to HTML elements in this particular HTML document only. So that's basically that. And we also have another element that we can use in the head here, which is the link element. So the link element here is going to define the relationship between your current HTML document and an external CSS file. So as I was saying, with style element here, we are writing internal CSS. But when you use link element here, you can link your HTML document to an external CSS, and that external CSS can be linked to various web pages. So that's basically the difference. So the link tag is most often used to link external CSS, as you can see here. And that's what I was explaining. And the next element that we can have a look at is going to be the element meta. So meta here, this element is typically used to specify the character set, the page description, the keywords, the author of the HTML document, and the viewport settings and all of that. So the metadata will not be displayed on the web page, but it is going to be used by browsers, for example, to display some content or reload some page, by search engines, especially for keywords, when you define the keywords. And it can also be used for other web services. Okay, so as I was saying, so you can use the meta to specify some character set. How do you do that? You can write meta here and say char set, so for character set, and here you say UTF underscore hyphen 8. Okay, that's it. What if you want to define some keywords for your search engine? You say meta name. Here you will say keywords, and then you will define a content. So you use the attribute content, and here in the content you can write the various keywords of your HTML document, and then you can close it like this. As for this one, we can also use the meta to define a description of your web page. So you will simply change here, instead of keywords, you will say description. And then in the content attribute, you say HTML tutorial. So that's going to be the description. What if you want to specify the author? So here we say name, author, and then you can write the name here. You can write the name. You can also specify that the browser should refresh your page every 45 seconds. So for that, we will still use meta name equals, no, that's name here. We actually use HTTP hyphen equiv equals refresh, and then content equals 45. So this is going to make sure that the page will refresh every 45 minutes. You can also use the meta to set the viewport to make your website look good on all devices. So here we'll say meta name equals viewport like this, and then content equals width device hyphen width comma initial scale equals 1.0, and like this. So these are some of the things that you can do with the meta element. Okay, so let's come back to setting the viewport. So the viewport, what is it? The viewport in HTML, okay, is the user's visible area of the web page. So this is the area that is visible to the end user. So this area will vary with the kind of device you are displaying your web page. So it will be smaller on a mobile phone than on a computer screen. So you should include this meta that we have put here in all your web pages, because this particular line of code will give the browser instructions on how to control the page's dimensions and scaling. This part of the content here, width equal device hyphen width, sets the width of your web page to follow the screen width of the device, which will vary depending on your device. And then the other portion of the code here is going to set the initial zoom level when the page is first loaded by the browser. Okay, so basically, if you want to see the difference between when you use this viewport or not, you need to display the web page on a computer screen, and then you put the same web page on the display the same web page on your mobile phone to see the difference. That's basically that. Okay, so that's what I mean by that. Maybe if we can just add some image. Let me come here. So image source and paste that equals alternate image, alternate text, please. If we say width in the double quotes, and height, and do it like this. Maybe if we can add some text, let me copy some dummy text and do it like this. Okay, so here as I was saying, we can't see the difference because here we are using our computers. But if we display this particular web page on a phone, we have a different display of the image and all of that. So that's basically what I wanted to say. Okay, so that's how you can work with setting the viewport and all of that. And as I was saying, this width equals device hyphen width is going to set the width for the page to follow the screen width of the device, which will vary depending on the device. And the initial scale equal 1.0 is going to set the initial zoom level when the page is first loaded and all of that. So the next element that we can talk about is going to be the script element. Let me remove this. Okay, maybe the script element is going to be used to define client-side JavaScript. Okay, for example, if we want to add some JavaScript to our web page, we are going to need to use the script element. So we can use that in the head, like here, script, and then close script here. So inside the script, we can add some JavaScript. So, for example, here we can say my function and all of that. And inside, we can write the JavaScript code. And maybe get element by ID. And we can say here paragraph at inner HTML equals hello world hyphen, and do it like this. Okay, so here in the script we have added some JavaScript. So this is how you can use your script element, add it in the head. One thing is sure is that the script can also be added in the body, and apply it to your HTML elements. So this says if you want to use some internal JavaScript, but you can also use some external JavaScript. So in the in the script here, you can have an external JavaScript link that you can add to your web your HTML document. So let me just show you what you will need to write. For example, if you needed to do that in a script here, so instead of writing the JavaScript directly here, if you want to use some external script, JavaScript, you will simply come here, still use the script element, but in here you will say type equals text / JavaScript src, and then you will specify the path to your external JavaScript. You will do it like this. Yes, so this is how you add the script element. You link to an external script. Or you can say script, and inside the script, it write your JavaScript code and all of that. That's what I wanted to show you. And then the last element that we can use in our HTML head is the base element. So you say base like this. So the base element is going to allow us to specify the base URL or target for all relative URLs or file path in a page. So the base tag must have either a netref or a target attribute present or it can also have both attributes. It can have both the href and the target attribute present. But in your HTML document, you can only have one base element. Okay, so, and as I was saying, so that particular base element is used to specify the URL for all relative URLs in a web page. Okay, so this is just going to be an example. For example, here, if we say href, we need to specify the URL here. Maybe we say https www dot pexels.com / and then, as I said, you can either have href or target, or you can have both. Maybe if you say target like this, underscore blank. So that's it. And this is actually going to specify the, as I was saying, it's going to be the base URL for all, how do you call it, relative file paths. Let's say, for example, here, when you do like this, when you specify your image, for example, you can say, as for my image, I'm going to have this relative path, maybe images, and then photo.jpg. When the user will come and click on the image, this portion here is going to be um, added to the base URL that you have specified here, so that it will make one single URL that will be used to display the image. So that's basically that. So it's going to be used as a default URL, and this one is also going, the target here is going to be used as a default target for all your links on your web page. So if you do like this, this is going to be joined to this. So you have https www.pexels.com / image / photo.jpg when you click on the image. That's going to be the final URL. So that's basically the use of the base element that you can add here. So guys, I think we are going to end the video here concerning the head element of HTML, all the metadata that you can add to that. So we talked about the head, which is a container for metadata. So metadata is data about data. So, and we also say that the head is placed between the HTML and the body tag. We have the body tag here. We have the HTML tag here. In the head, we can have a title. We can have the style. You know, if you want to define your style information for a single document, and the title here is required, and it defines the title of the document. In the head, we can also specify a link to external files, like external CSS files. We also talked about the meta element, which is typically used to define or specify the character set, the page description, the keywords, the author, the viewport settings. And then we talked about the script that you can add in the head here, which is used to specify your client-side JavaScript. So you can use the script to write your JavaScript code directly inside the HTML document, which is going to be considered as an internal JavaScript that will be applied to that web page only. or you can use the script element here to link to an external JavaScript file. So in the SRC here, you need to put the correct path to that JavaScript file. And then the final element that we can add in the head is the base element here, which is going to be used to specify the base URL or the base target for all your relative paths in your web page. So guys, I hope the video was informative. If you still have questions, feel free to write in the comment section, and don't forget to like, comment, and share the video, but also to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos like this one. Let's meet in the next one.